there, and welcome to Skyrim. Haru is feeling a bit tired. Probably have not been getting enough sleep lately, because I'm guessing. Like, the thing is, I stay up later on weekends because I don't have work the next morning. But then, instead of sleeping in, I just kind of wake up around the same time, maybe give or take a few other, maybe 30 minutes or so. But essentially, yeah, I'm still waking up at the same time, and it's because of the goddamn sun that shines through my window. So, yeah, Haru is tired and sleepy.
Coin or two for a veteran? It's not much to ask.
But anyway, welcome back to Skyrim. Hello, everyone. Didn't mean to go on that. Immediately jump in talking about how tired I am. Ooh, you're Vivian. Okay. Yeah, so basically,
You know you could.
there's a few quests we can do. Last time we were doing, just some questing around Haafingar, and this time, today, we're gonna be doing some more, because, holy shit, there are a lot of quests to do around Haafingar. But before we do that, I'm thinking, so yeah, here are our main prime targets. There's Steepfall Burrow, where we'll find Noster's helmet. I believe he trains us in sneak if we do that. Or is it light armor? I can't remember. And then there's Pine Moon Cave, which has got some vampires that we're supposed to kill for the Court Wizard. And then there's Orphan Tear. I don't know what's in Orphan's Tear, but something's telling me there's a miscellaneous quest that sends you there. So these are the main three things that we're going to be doing. However, there's a fourth quest kind of in this general region that I have not actually picked up yet. So we're going to do that first, just so we can knock out everything in a row. Also, there's one last quest over here in Haafingar that I still need to do. Well, I don't even think this is Haafingar anymore. Deadman's Respite is around Morthal. I don't even. Is that East? No, that's not Eastmarch. Eastmarch is Windhelm. Yeah, I can't remember off the top of my head what the hold for Morthal is. Anyway, we'll go and do that quest too soon. But first and foremost, let's nip back to Whiterun
Orders.
and talk to the person that we need to get this quest from. Yeah. It is nighttime. That might still be fine. We might have to wait until daytime. There's Isolde.
Don't get too far ahead.
Where is that Greymane? It's not you. Is it you?
I'd be a lot
Yes.
warmer and a lot
Please
happier.
tell me you have news of my son.
Hang on. Have we...
It's hardly a secret that they have ties to the Empire and hate anyone who speaks out against it. Thorald did worse. He took action against the Empire, and the Battleborns knew it. He's my son. I feel it in my heart. Oh, you'd understand if you had children. You take care of yourself now.
Have I already picked up that quest? I swear I didn't. Oh. It's all the way down here. Never mind. Never mind. We traveled Whiterun for nothing. Okay. Yeah, there he is. Jesus, it was right there at the bottom of my quest log. That's how recently I touched the quest. Alright. Let's fast travel back to Solitude, and that way we can have a bit of a journey. Because the problem with the fast traveling in this game, like, don't get me wrong, it's good that fast traveling exists. Like, there can be arguments against fast travel, saying it, like,
I have a lot of respect for the restoration.
you know, takes away from the gameplay and whatnot, but generally speaking, I don't have a problem with the existence of fast travel. It's just there to use if you want. And really, like, the more you play this game and the later into the game you get, the less you feel like making that trek all the way from, like, Solitude to Riften. And honestly, like, even then, like, Solitude, ooh, that's a fort over there. What fort is that? Do I have it on my map? I don't. I don't know what that fort is. Yeah, honestly, like, fast traveling is mostly important for a few things. Number one, if you're kind of in a hurry to do something, like, you don't really feel like trekking all the way across Skyrim, then by all means, absolutely go ahead and, is this the way? I think so. Yeah, by all means, like, don't bother just walking all the way to Riften. That's also true. Yeah, like, there's so many... So I hear a dragon, I think. There's the dragon. Yeah, like, there are random events that you miss if you fast travel everywhere. So yeah, like, if it's an interest of time, also I'm not really gonna bother with the dragon. If it... Oh, unless it tries to come close and attack me. If it does, I'll fight you, but, like... Yeah, it's just circling overhead. I can't be bothered. Yeah, you know? Hello? Oh, buddy. Oh, yeah, you know, like, if you fast travel everywhere, you miss the world. You miss the events, you miss everything, like, you're just kind of popping over, like, yeah, there's reasons... Oh, here comes a thief trying to rob us.
All right, hand over your valuables, or I'll gut you like a fish.
You don't want to do this. You don't want to do this.
Nice try, but you don't scare me.
Big
I'm
mistake.
not gonna ask again.
Big mistake.
Never.
Alright, let's cast Stone Flesh. And then you die. There you go. Shouldn't have done that, buddy. Shouldn't have done that. Alright, back onto our journey. It's Mike. Mike.
Mike is always in search of calipers, yet he finds none. Where could they have gone? Mike carries 2 weapons to be safe. What if one breaks? That would be most unlucky. Mike hears many stories of war, yet few of them are true. Mike is tired now. Go bother somebody else.
And there's Mike. Just doing his little Mike thing. You see, like, right there. 3 in a row. 3 sequences of random events. You know, we had a dragon flying overhead, we had a thief trying to rob us, and we had Mike the liar. Like, if you fast travel everywhere, you miss that stuff. The downside is, yeah, if you... I'll say later in the game, those kinds of random events do tend to get more repetitive, so I see the reason in, like, wanting to fast travel kind of once you've already, like, if you walk from Solitude to Whiterun a couple times, you kind of don't have to make the journey anymore. You've solidified that you can make the journey and that it's like, yeah. So I totally get if you want to just fast travel to skip having to do that. And especially in the case where I just did it, there was like, I just wanted to pop over to Whiterun to pick up a quest that I didn't think I had yet. Turns out I already did, but like, I only had one singular errand to run, so yeah, it wasn't really worth my time or anyone else's time for me to make that long journey all the way over there just to talk to one person and then make the same exact journey all the way back. And then there's also like, yeah, you know, you kind of have to make concessions and just play it by ear as to just how immersive you want the experience to be. Because, so first of all, fast travel has been in the game since the very beginning of the Elder Scrolls. And like, the only, like, they did slightly change it up a bit for Morrowind. Like, in Morrowind you couldn't really fast travel everywhere. You needed, like, the spell, or you needed the Silt Striders. But the idea was still there, like, and then in Oblivion, you can right off the bat just fast travel to every single one of the major cities without having to ever be there. Skyrim changed it up where I think Skyrim has a decent fast travel system where you can't just fast travel everywhere. You do have to, like, yeah, you can't just fast travel everywhere. You do have to, like, visit the place first. And you can't do that with the cities either, with the exception of the carriage. And I think the carriage is a nice touch because it's like, if you don't feel like making that journey, I don't know why you wouldn't, but if you don't feel like making the journey, you can just straight off the bat just pay some gold and you get to travel. Oh, what is that? Is that the that's a shipwreck, yeah. From here it looked like a house. And over there is Castle Volkihar, where we will be going when we start the Dawnguard DLC. So yeah, you know, there's all sorts of stuff to be said about fast travel.
Trouble? Or maybe treasure?
Point being, this long ramble, the point that I'm getting to, the gist of it all is you just kind of have to play it by ear. You know, how do you want your experience to be? How much of a rush are you in? All sorts of stuff like that. Buddy, this is literally called Steepfall, what is it? Steepfall Cave? Steepfall Burrow. This is literally called Steepfall Burrow, and you almost jumped into that hole. What the fuck are you doing? Anyway, we've got ourselves some trolls. Nothing to worry about. If we were a lower level character, we'd probably be worried, but frost trolls aren't an issue for us. Don't fall, damn it. Okay, yeah, just some trolls. Hello. up, get closer. Da 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 da. Down you go. Oh yeah. I feel like I can handle just about anything. Alright, we got a skeleton, a skill book that I've already read, strength potion, thank you. And what else is there? Last great sword, coin purse, and our chest. So there's Nostra's helmet. And a bunch of others. Ooh, jackpot. That's the jackpot. How does that compare? Wait, what do we currently have for smithing? So that's 20%. That's 15%. Yeah, we can get rid of these smithing gauntlets. Nice. So yeah. So there's something down there. Should we jump down? Yeah, you know what? I don't like missing out on stuff. So down we go, into the depths. I just realized I should probably have taken a water breathing potion or something. Okay, there's the troll that we just killed, just had some cool attacks. There's definitely like a chest down here, right? Hang on. I need air. I need air. Help, I'm drowning. Okay. I swear there's a chest down here. I can't remember where, but there is. Just gonna wait for my health to come back for a little bit. Eric decided to come down with me. Alright, let's go back down. There's definitely some loot somewhere. Because I've been here before. I swear. I swear. There's some loot. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, I'm drowning again. I swear I don't have that little oxygen. I don't have an amulet of water breathing, do I? That would be very useful if I did. I don't think I do. Thank you for the follow, Need a Clip. Also, I forgot to put on my necklace. Wait, hang on. What was I currently wearing? Magic resist. Yeah, I think that's the one I wanted to wear. Okay. Back down. Back down we go. There's the chest I was looking for. Watch it be nothing. It's just gonna be like 5 gold pieces or something. And it's gonna cost me a lockpick. Okay. Oh, flawless sapphire. I'm actually happy I checked down there then. Alright, now... Okay. Time to get out of this cave. I am hearing wolves, I think. Yep, I heard wolves. I wasn't sure if that was just the ambiance, but it sounded distinctly like wolves. Also, let's cast some healing. Restoration is very slow to level up, but hoping we'll get there eventually. I really don't know how much I'm gonna bother with restoration long term though. Because like, restoration was especially important towards the early game when I was struggling with health and yeah, life was a bit of a struggle back then, but now I'm pretty tanky. I can take most damage, and I can deal a lot of damage back, so I don't think we really need to worry about that anymore. Got ourselves an adventurer who suffered a horrible fate by some ice wolves. Right. So let's. This is probably the exit, right? Yeah. Not a big cave. Nothing too massive or whatever. And yeah, the way this cave goes is kind of cool to me, because it's all one enclosed interior, but instead of like both being Steepfall Burrow, well, they are both Steepfall Burrow, but yeah, it's all Steepfall Burrow, but one cave leads down to the bottom, one cave leads to the top. So now what? Well, there's Northwatch Keep just down the coast from us, and just up the coast is Orphan's Tier. I cannot remember what is on Orphan's Tier. I feel like there's a miscellaneous quest associated with it, so we're gonna check it out. Like, it's probably someone who lost a family amulet, I think. Is it Carjo? It might be Carjo. Oh, more wolves. Come at me. Wolves are nothing. So I noticed in, like, I talked about this a lot in these streams more recently, but it's just because it was just a really fascinating video to watch, and I took a lot away from it. But the video series that I watched of video essays about the Elder Scrolls franchise, the second video the person did was a video about bandits. Okay. Yeah, it was a video about Oblivion. And so I have played Oblivion before, but I couldn't really remember. Oh, Blackwater Bandits. Interesting. Yeah, so I can't remember off the top of my head.
Like the bite of a flea.
So I kind of needed the video to remind me, because it's been a while since I played Oblivion, and I actually never finished it. But basically, the leveling system in Oblivion it starts you off with a bunch of basic enemies when you're low level, and enemies scale with you. But the scaling system was in such a way where all enemies feel like they kind of take equally long to take care of, no matter how high level you are, because the enemies that spawn in the world scale to your level. So if you're low level, you're not going to be dealing much damage, but you're also going to be dealing with lower level enemies. And then in the higher levels, like, you know, maybe mid-early game, you're going to be dealing with more, you know, you can deal slightly more damage, but you're also going to be dealing with enemies that are slightly higher level. And then mid-game, same deal, late game, same deal. So, just over time... Why did you pick up that staff, Eric? Why? Okay, whatever. I guess you can keep it. Maybe we'll sell it. Yeah, so... the idea behind that leveling system was essentially like... they had the right idea, they just didn't know how to balance it. Because the game's not really fun if you're always fighting low-level enemies, and it's just like you struggle with them in the beginning, and then the late game they become very easy to deal with. That's not a fun game design. So the way... aha, yep. Karajo's Moon Amulet, there we go. There's probably something down below. Check, hopefully it's easy enough to see down here. Maybe I should have cast Candlelight first. Okay. Yeah, so there's... Lazy June, thank you for the raid. Uh-oh, I'm gonna drown. There we go. Hello. Yeah, so... and also what that meant. Hello, thank you. How's your stream? I don't think there's anything around here. Not bad. Good. So, yeah, like... ah, making D&D map. Nice. I'll admit, map making is not really my forte. I'm good at, like, conceptualizing stuff. I'm not necessarily good at laying out an actual, like, laying out the world. I'm drowning, I'm drowning, I'm drowning. Help, 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 help me, help me, help me, help me, help me. Eric, save me. Okay, this is fine. That's good to hear. So yeah, but what I've been getting to with that, with the statement is, basically, yeah, Skyrim... lamb. Lambs. Yeah, so Oblivion would start you off with wolves, right? Because wolves are very, you know, they're low-level basic enemies that every person in any RPG is probably gonna fight at some point or another. But then towards the late game, as you level up, wolves are no longer that much of a challenge, so the game starts throwing at you higher level stuff, like bears. But the issue with that system is it means wolves just kinda aren't there anymore. Like, wolves just stop being an enemy that you face in the game. And so, like, one point the person made was that's immersion breaking. And I can agree with that. But the other point is... there's something satisfying about facing an enemy that you used to struggle with and being able to handle it without any trouble at all. And if you just take away the enemy from the game entirely, and yeah, if you take away the enemy from the game entirely just because you're too high a level for it to be a challenge for you, you don't really feel like you've made much progress as a character. So the way Skyrim does it is a little bit more dynamic. It, like... Oh, hello, Porker. I didn't realize you were there. Yeah, the way Skyrim does it is a little bit more dynamic. So Oblivion did this too, where there were different classes of enemies. Like, you know, you'd have... Take goblins, for example. Goblins were in Oblivion. You'd have the low-level basic goblins that you face when you're level 1. And then over time, you face, like, higher-level goblins. But they're still goblins. They're just a higher level. And Skyrim does that too. Take, for example, Draugr. You know, you've got your basic Draugr. But then you've also got, like Restless Draugrs and Draugr Wights and Draugr Scourge and then like the Death Lord. And those are all different levels of Draugr. So... yeah, you know? Anyway, we have made it here. Yeah, Oblivion had a similar system, so it did have that going for it. I think it was just maybe needed a bit of refinement, a bit of rebalancing, and to not take away the lower level enemies from you. And that's, I think, what they did, you know? That's where we're at now with Skyrim. And I think Skyrim does it very well.
We're getting Thorald back, no matter what.
How long have you been waiting here, buddy? Has it been like... what? A month? A month in-game time, probably?
We kill every Thalmor between us and Thorald, and we bring him out alive. Let's go.
Okay. I guess no negotiation. You can resolve this quest in a more negotiated way, like if you join the Legion, then the game lets you just go up and talk to the Thalmor, and you can have them just release Thorald from an order from General Tullius if you pass a speech check. And I think it's cool that it's one of the few quests that gives you the option to resolve it in more than one way. That's pretty cool. The downside of it... oh my god, hang on. We're taking this armor. This is valuable armor. I'm gonna be giving it to Eric, and then Eric is going... We're gonna sell it when we get back to town. So, yeah, you know, there's... like... oh my god, this is amazing. And Eric is shooting fireballs from his staff. Yeah, okay, you know what, we're just gonna take all this. Elven gear is so good. Mostly valuable, I mean. Just look at that weight value. So yeah, you know, this is just, I don't know. I guess that topic is done. Now it's time to murder people. Just gonna beat those down because I feel like it. Hang on. Ah. Holy shit. Shouting increases your I didn't know that. Shouting increases your destruction. Huh. I have literally thousands of hours in this game, and I just now learned that.
Must have scared him outside.
Righty. Oh, we're gonna make bank. Strip all the elves naked. when we go to the blacksmith with a bunch of elven armor, let's just hope he doesn't ask where we got it from. Yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, yeah, it's really cool, and it's a shame that there aren't more quests that are this way in Skyrim, but then again, I don't think it's that big a deal. But it is really cool that there are these quests. This is one of those quests where it can be resolved a number of different ways. I think the endgame always stays the same. Like, it's always you're gonna rescue Thorald no matter what. It's just how you approach rescuing him that can change. And that's really cool, I think. I will say, if you resolve this the peaceful way, by joining the Legion and talking to Coleus to have him release Thorald, and then you take the order to the keep, you, like, if you do it that way, it's a little bit anticlimactic, because, well, first of all, it takes a while. Like, the guy leads you through the dungeon, but because you talk to them, yeah, because you talk to them, they're not hostile, so you're just walking through this entire dungeon, and there's, like, yeah, you walk through the entire dungeon, and it's like,
Must have scared him off.
there we go. Jesus, you are a bit annoying. And you're just watching other people, like, staring at you. And this is one of those situations where you really start to notice the actual issues with the dungeon layouts in this game, because it doesn't make any sense. Like, yes, this is a fort. Hello, Sabrina. But you would expect a fort to have a layout where they can, like, sure, they're gonna have some areas that are, like, deep within the fort that are nice and protected. You know, that's where the soldiers can rest when they're not fighting. But on the other hand, yeah, like, the fact that it's very linear doesn't really make sense for an actual fort to work. And so, yeah, if you resolve this quest in the peaceful way, that fact really sticks out like a sore thumb, because you're walking through this long, convoluted, winding dungeon, but no one is hostile to you, so you're just kind of noticing how everyone in here is just kind of like, it's a dungeon that's curated to you, the player. It's not a dungeon that exists for the people inhabiting it. So yeah, that's just a problem that... No, don't unequip the shield. What the fuck are you doing? That's just a problem that this game has. It's not a major problem. Yeah, that's another thing. Like, yeah, like, you'd expect a fort to have, like, you know, you'll have maybe several corridors that can lead further in, and that's where, like, the armory would be or whatever. Oh no, we lost a person. That's fine, though. Yeah, that's like where the armory would be and stuff. And like the barracks. No, hang on. But yeah, you still have, like, you'd still need multiple exits and whatnot. Now, I'm not an actual architect, and I don't, like, study architecture, so I can't say that for certain. But that's what makes the most logical sense. And the fact that it's not a thing does... yeah. Now, granted, this fort does actually have 2 exits. One of them is right next to Thorald. And that's, well, the Skyrim exit. You know, the exit that every dungeon in this game has that just gives you an easy way to leave without having to walk all the way back through the dungeon. It's cool that, you know, I guess that kind of counts as a secondary exit for the dungeon. It just has the issue of, that's not how they lead you through if you choose to resolve this the pacifist way. If you resolve this the pacifist way, then they lead you through the long way. Oh, we're gonna make so much money off of these. It is always morally and financially correct to murder elves. Yep, exactly. Hello. Good stuff. Yeah, we're here to rescue Thorald. And that's why I was talking about, like, the pacifist way of resolving the quest, because if you remember the Legion, and I believe you pass a speech check with Coleus, you can get him to just give you a release order for Thorald, and you can just take that to the guard, and he'll lead you all the way through and release Thorald without you having to kill anyone. But in doing so, the game very much reveals the fact that this dungeon isn't laid out in a way that makes any sort of sense.
We're getting Thorald back. No matter what.
Alright. Now we're over encumbered. Eric, I need you.
Good day, friend.
Let me trade. Let me give you every single one of these elven things. 11 pieces. Oh my god.
Let's get going.
Don't put that on. Oh, fine. Whatever. Then again, like, hang on. I think the reason why is, I might be wrong here, but I believe Eric is, his actual skill level is, he's trained in light armor, even though he spawns in with heavy armor. I think that's why?
Don't get too far ahead.
I'm gonna have to look that up, actually. Because we do want to make sure he's playing optimally to his build. You know, we wouldn't want him wearing ebony armor and have ebony armor actually not be that good for him. Okay, so I believe this is the way we're supposed to be going, which means we're gonna go this way first. Right. two-handed increased. Yep, as suspected, there's nothing here except a healing potion and a very valuable ring. Glass armor is light. Yeah, glass is the second highest tier of light armor compared to dragon scale. So yeah.
What was that?
All right. Let's knock you out. Yeah, he can wear glass. In fact, he uses a glass sword, you can see there. But the thing is with glass, I mean with weaponry, they don't have light and heavy classes. There he is.
There's no time. We gotta get you out of here. Come on, let's go.
You there. What are you doing?
We're here to rescue you.
I never thought I'd see another friendly face again. We need to get to safety as soon as possible. Let's move.
Also, let me just say how tactically incorrect this entire mission is. From a, like, if you were taking it purely from a military standpoint. Like, sure, Thorald has sentimental value to all the other people. Yeah, like, sure, Thorald is sentimental because he's family and whatnot. But keep in mind, we went through this dungeon. I think we had, like, maybe 3 or 4 other people with us. And they're all members of the Stormcloaks, I believe, or they would be. But they all die in the efforts to rescue this one man. So now the Stormcloaks are down several people just so we could have had one extra person on our side in the war. It's not a very tactically sound decision, to my mind. But, yeah. Yeah, so glass... I believe glass from this game refers less to actual glass as in, like, windows. Like, it's not that kind of glass. I think it's referring to more, like... I want to say I want to say mithril, maybe? I don't think mithril is exactly correct, but yeah, it's like that. Anyway, let's put our master stuff, and I believe, don't I have, like, some stuff that's good at lockpicking, perhaps? Maybe? Perhaps? We don't. We've got potions, though. That's also possible. But yeah, like, I've heard it described, like, you're using malachite to craft the glass armor. So it's basically malachite. It's not literal window glass. That's my understanding. Do I have just like a basic lockpicking potion? Probably not. Alright, we'll use... just this one. Now I want because this only lasts for 30 seconds, I want to unlock all the doors first, and then we'll loot the place. And I didn't really need to drink that potion. But I did anyway. Because master locks are no joke. Well, they kind of are, because lockpicks are so fucking plentiful in this game, like, they really are just a dime a dozen, so locks aren't a challenge at all. Really? Well, like, I see it as kind of a bluish green, but I do get what you're saying. Like, in Oblivion, it was a very, like, radioactive kind of green. Like, very distinct. Whereas Skyrim, it's more, it's more like Haru colored. Oh, come on, it's like right there. There we go. Took us several tries. I believe none of these people are actually going to be willing to help us. Which is a bit of a shame, but what I'm mostly doing this for is to level up lockpicking anyway. Oh, come on. Right there we go. And there we go. We got several levels of lockpick out of
What are
this.
you looking at?
Hang on, who are you?
What are you looking at?
I've got to get out of here.
Hang on. Hang on.
Let's get out of
No,
here.
you're
fast as we
Thorald.
can.
What are you looking at?
Oh, let's go.
And... oh well. They all ran off. They don't really have much dialogue anyway. It is a little weird that we don't even really get a thank you for rescuing them. But we can only hope that they will go back out in the world and, well, let's be honest, they're probably going to turn to banditry. So I think we just freed a bunch of bandits. That's fine, it gives the Thalmor more trouble.
What a waste.
Okay, where?
Let's get out of here, fast as we can.
Hang on, I want to talk to you. What do they want with you?
I'm not sure. At first they accused me of being a Stormcloak, a secret Talos worshipper. They wanted a confession. To what? Didn't matter. They simply wanted me to admit to something. I think they wanted to break me, use me as a way to get to the rest of the Greymane family. I gave them no such pleasure.
How long have you been chained up?
Gods, I've lost count of the days. It feels like an age has passed. I wish I could believe that I'd have held out forever against their torture, but I can't be so sure. Now, thanks to you, I needn't worry anymore.
Nice.
Let's go. Oh.
Alright, time to leave the dungeon. Alright. So, Thorald.
I cannot thank you enough for rescuing me from this place. I suspect I'd never again see the light of day otherwise. But why would you risk your life for me, a stranger?
Your brother talked me into it.
He must have been very convincing. I cannot stay. Not here. Not in Whiterun. It likely won't be safe for Avelstein either. Our best hope now is to fall in with the ranks of the Stormcloaks. But would you do me a favor? Tell my mother to suffer the winter's cold wind, for it bears aloft next summer's seeds. She'll know what it means. I thank you again, friend. You've given me my life back.
Alright. We rescued Thorald. Hang on. Do you have any dialogue
What's
for
the
me?
hurry? Yeah.
You don't. I literally just fought side by side with you to rescue your brother from being a prisoner, and you have nothing to say to me. Okay. There is... What is that? Okay, that's Noster. We're gonna hit up Pine Moon Cave, and then we're gonna turn in a bunch of stuff. Now the question is, how do we get to Pine Moon Cave? Because there's a lot of mountains in the way. Also, I wonder if you follow them, where do they go? I guess I would assume Windhelm? That would make the most sense. Because they are trying to join up with the Stormcloaks. Yeah, the snowy parts of Skyrim can be very pretty. Wow, just gonna murder that Horker. I like to leave the Horkers alone. They're not trying to do anything wrong. Sure, they might be a little bit territorial, but that's not a crime. Okay, but how do I get up to here? It might be here. So, yeah. Yeah, the snow is very pretty. And I really do have to say, like, Bethesda does absolutely deserve a lot of shit for several things. I think people are too hard on it for giving it shit about Skyrim. Because, like, I don't know. Yeah, people are just way too hard on this game. Might be because they're trying to enjoy it for the wrong reasons. Like, an Elder Scrolls game isn't really about the story. It has story, but it's really about the world that the story is set in. And having your own story. Also, look at the Northern Lights. Like, it's very pretty. The sky in this game is gorgeous. By the way, the drink I have with me is not tea this time, it's orange juice. So, Family Mart has like these orange juices that you can buy, and they're very pulpy. And by very pulpy, I mean like, I took a sip and I swear there was like half an orange in that sip. So, I love pulp. I don't mind pulp, but if you don't like pulp, the orange juices are not for you. What is this? Okay, well, we've got a wizard duel. Lost Echo Cave. Ah, vampires. And we are in trouble. Hang on. Potion time. Like, I might even use a resist magic potion. Or resist shock. Hang on. Potion. Sure, yeah, we'll use resist shock. And now... yeah, just give me the healing potions. Yeah, you are a bit tougher.
It's nothing. I yield.
No, get the fuck back here. Let me kill you.
No.
Whew. That was a tough fight. Okay. I was just gonna head over to whatever that cave is and do its thing and ignore everything on the way, but we came across this cave instead.
Cave up ahead. Trouble? Maybe treasure.
So we're gonna do a little bit of an explore in Lost Echo Cave. This cave vaguely feels familiar to me, but I don't remember why. I mean, this is probably a cave for raiding quests. So we got glowing mushrooms, which tells me it could be Falmer, or Draugr, or
Feels like a whole mountain of rock is above us.
just some random... Oh yeah, that's Draugr. Not Draugr, that's Falmer. I can hear the clickety sounds of the Charses. Charses are freaky, by the way. Alright. Let's hope this dungeon isn't too long. I do kind of want to be on my way, but I also kind of very much want to explore this place. Got some skill books. I've already read an old tome. The mighty lord deserves a mighty offering, but he who fell on the spot asked to be remembered humbly. We who served at his hand, however, do not want his brilliance to be forgotten. Thus, to honor him, one needs only to look at the simple glowing fungus on these cave walls. For no matter how mighty or humble one might be in life, we all return to the same ground from which this mushroom blooms. Very fair and very true. Okay, these are all empty. Ceremonial. Okay, I vaguely remember. So I think what we do is this. Okay. Interesting. This dungeon is kinda spooky. Alright, Gloom Loopers. Nope, you're both casting your wards. Nightcrawler. Yeah, I'm hoping this dungeon isn't too deep, because I do want to be on my way. But while we're here, by the way, speaking of Elder Scrolls, so I re-downloaded ESO. I have not touched the Elder Scrolls Online in well over a year. So it's been a while, and I'm kind of wanting to get back into it. I've been just kind of in that mood to go back and explore the other places in Tamriel because, well, frankly, I want Elder Scrolls 6 because I want new places to explore in Tamriel, but that's not going to be happening for a long time, so the best we've got right now, apart... Oh, hello. I just got ambushed by Falmer. Apart from, like, playing the older Elder Scrolls games and playing several mods that fans are making for Skyrim, like the Beyond Skyrim project, aside from those, really all we really have is ESO. And yeah, I just want to go back, because I never finished the game. Technically, like, I've completed... So, there is the fact that it's an MMO, and so I doubt that it will ever be possible to completely finish the game. But at the same time, it just feels incomplete to me right now. I want to go back and enjoy the game. So, first impressions when I got back. First of all, it had been so long since I've touched the game that they did a hard reset on all my skill points. Like, they completely refunded every single one of my skill points, and I had to reassign them. Which is annoying, especially if you haven't touched a game in a very, very long time and are just kind of trying to remember how your character build even was in the first place. So that's one thing. Oh, hello, we got, yeah, lots of Charuses. Let's use Stone Flesh. But on the other hand, I also kind of want to start a new character from scratch. Partly because that will be my character for stream. Like, So new stream series isn't really a commitment that I want to be making anymore. Because the fact is, if I say stream series, that means I feel like I have to give it a slot in a schedule, and I have to, like, commit to streaming that game at this time every single day, like every single week. And that doesn't really sit with me, especially with the fact that I have a job and I can't really guarantee that I'll have the energy to stream at the end of a day. So what I've been... But, like, so yeah, I can't really say it'll be a new series, but it'll be a new game that'll kind of add into the mix and just kind of play whenever I feel like it. And yeah. So I did hold a poll on Twitter, and some of the polls didn't really get that many votes, but the gist of it was, so like, I had a vote as to which alliance we should choose for our new character, and I believe... Ooh, Soul Split. Ah, interesting. I won't use it, but still pretty good. Yeah, so I want to get into the game, and what the polls suggested was, number one, it was a tie between Daggerfall Covenant and Aldmeri Dominion, and I decided I'm gonna go with Daggerfall Covenant. And then I also held a vote. I know the class system in ESO is slightly different from like the usual classes in a lot of MMOs, where it's like, well, what they claim is that it's very different from the usual MMOs in that there is no like DPS or healer or tank, and that is bullshit, because it actively says in the game when you're doing a dungeon, like, or have a party, like, tank, DPS, healer, and stuff like that. But what I will note is Hey. I guess we leave through here. Yeah, we're done with the dungeon. Nice. But what I will know is, yeah, so I held the pole and people said tank. So we will be playing a tank with the Daggerfall Covenant. And I will be streaming character creation for that character whenever I do stream it. And because it may not necessarily be at a time that's good for most of you, as per usual, the VOD will be uploaded to YouTube within 2 weeks. Ideally, it'll be within it'll be 24 hours after the stream, but I can't usually remember to do that. By the way, the place that we're currently walking through in Skyrim is a very pretty and admittedly very out-of-the-way location, or a very out-of-the-way part of the map, that I think most players aren't gonna spend all that much time here. Most players are probably gonna be here for, I don't know, like a handful of dungeons, but overall, you're not gonna really interact with it all that much. Which is a shame, because it is, to my mind, one of the prettier locations in the game. And it's also got the issue. Ooh, bandits. Yeah, it also has the issue where right now it's nighttime, so you can't really see how pretty it is. Hopefully that will change soon. The astrologer. Interesting. Yeah, I think from what I heard, so the way ESO does their thing, so first of all, abilities, apart from your main ability, like your ultimate ability, abilities generally don't have a cooldown, they have a cost, and then like there's a very brief cooldown after you use the ability, but then you can kind of go back to using the ability as long as you have the stamina or magicka or health, whatever the cost for the ability might be, to use it. And then on top of that, every character can use everything. Like, doesn't matter what class you choose at the beginning of the game, like, you get 4 class choices. I can't remember what any of them are called, but they're like 4 classes to choose from. There might be a 5th one that was added with DLC. But generally speaking, there's the 4 classes, and they're just kind of there. Like, they just kind of exist, and you do have to choose from at the very beginning, but throughout the game, like, those classes aren't strict. You can just still use whatever weapons happen to be available at the moment. Like, if you really want to play as a tank, you can set your character to play as a tank, regardless of the class you chose at the beginning, and same with, like, all the other stuff. It's a very similar system to Skyrim, I'll say, because Skyrim, technically speaking, if you ever want to switch between, say, being a tank who wears heavy armor and uses a battle axe, and you're kind of bored of it, so instead you switch and go back to playing as, like, a mage who wears, like, no armor and uses magic. Nothing is stopping you from doing that. It's just a matter of time investment, because you've already invested this much time into building your character around being a tank that all the skill points that you used to make, like, you can refund skill points. That's one thing. You can refund them and reassign them to something else if you want. But you can't get back the time investment is the problem. You invested all this time, and now these relevant skills are this high of a level, but you're not going to use these skills anymore because you decided to change your character build mid-game. So that's how it is in Skyrim, and that's also how it is in ESO. Like, nothing's stopping you from respecking, except for the fact that you can't get back your time investment.
Can't wait to count.
But yeah. Yeah, Astrologer seems very interesting with the tarot cards. I'm trying to think of how exactly that works. But it does sound very interesting. But yeah, anyway, we're gonna be playing a tank. We're gonna be choosing Daggerfall Covenant. I also found like a few VTubers seem to have recently started.
Someone there? What was that? Time to end this little game.
Yes, some VTubers seem to have like a group that plays ESO together. So, and I'll need to get in touch with them about like the details of if I need to choose a certain alliance and what, like, yeah, like what guild they are so I can join them, but hopefully I will be able to do that, because a problem I had with ESO that made me not really get involved with it, like that kind of made me drop it, was so like the game has several dungeons scattered throughout, and these are like dungeons. These aren't like Skyrim dungeons where you just kind of delve in, you do your thing, you get out.
Everything in here seems
These
to be about
are
death. Burial urns, crypts, funeral shrouds.
dungeons that you really can't complete unless you have a full party. And because I had a tank character that was focused on self-healing, right? So I figured, you know, I'm fairly high level, I heal myself, and I don't take all that much damage in the first place. I can probably solo a dungeon, right? I cannot solo a dungeon. It's impossible. If I tried to do it, I can't get past like the first room. So, yeah. Essentially what I did was
Anything worthwhile yet?
I just went ahead and basically I couldn't play the dungeons at all in the game, which is apparently like a big point of the game. And yeah. That would be nice of you, Sabrina. Like, don't feel pressured to if you don't want to, and I don't know. I don't currently have a plan of, like, when I'll be playing, so it'll just be, like, if we happen to be online at the same time. Or, you know, I guess we could coordinate, like, if I want, like, if one of us wants to play, we could, like, drop a message and say, hey, I'm about to start up, you know, something like that. But, yeah. Don't feel pressured to if you don't want to. Because, like I said, I did find a few people that also have started playing ESO together, like VTubers. So maybe I'll have a group of people to play with, and I'll get to actually enjoy the social aspect of the game and like the teamwork aspect. I feel like I'm completely lost. I don't know which parts of this dungeon I have or have not explored. No, not beast form. Frost breath. That is very fair. So yeah, you could probably do that. So, yeah, there he goes, triggering a pressure plate. So, like, the thing with ESO is it does very much feel like an MMO. I've heard people say, oh, you can totally play Skyrim without having to worry about, like, this or that, and, like, yeah, you can, like, totally play ESO and make it feel like you're playing Skyrim. That's not true at all. Like, you can change it so it looks like you're playing Skyrim, but the fact that you've got these different abilities, the fact that just the abilities that you use feel like an MMO, the different quests you do feel very MMO-esque, and yeah, it no matter what you do, it doesn't change the fact that it's an MMO. But I do want to explore Tamriel, so there's that. Also, ESO has a lot of LGBT characters, and I've heard, or like I was reading up, because I was just kind of curious, basically there's a character from, I think, one of the recent DLC, it might have been the Somerset Isles DLC. There's a character who is trans, and she says that she's trans. It's not just like, oh, the game subtly hints at it. It's like, no, she like straight up says, hey, I like transitioned. I'm a woman. And that's really cool. And I want to play that DLC because of that. But yeah, there's also tons of like just gay characters who are always characters who have husbands or wives of the same gender. So that's cool. Anyway, we got a puzzle here, and this is actually one of the few interesting puzzles that Skyrim has. So all four are bound to the same land as we. Some lay low, consumed in shadow, others stand tall, stretching their necks to see. While none live in the sacred barrow, they all demand your attention if you are to proceed. The first fears all, the second fears none. The third eats what it can, preferably number one. The fourth fears the second, but only one alone. All must be activated in order if you wish to go home. So the first fears all, the second fears none. So what we're looking at is predators, right? So the first fears all, that's probably going to be the snake if I had to guess. The second fears none, which I'm guessing would be the bear. Then the third eats what it can, preferably number one, so that's the fox. And the fourth. Yeah, can... Fears number 2, but only if it's alone, because wolves hunt in packs.
That it's over 1,000 years old.
So yeah. That's cool that Final Fantasy has them too. I'm not very familiar with Final Fantasy at all. And down we go. I really wasn't planning to just explore random dungeons that I don't have a quest for, but I mean, the dungeons kind of found me. Also, by the time we leave the dungeon, it should be daylight, and you'll see what I mean by this area being very pretty. There's not gonna be any, like, chests behind here, are there? I don't think so. Not filled soul gem. I could invest in Conjuration if I wanted to, just to like use the soul trap spell that I just acquired. Because I could, like, you know, I punch people to death, so I can just trap their souls. And that would be very helpful for the fact that I'm playing, enchanting character. So that's something to think about, but I don't think I will. This feels like too much work. No. Well, that water breathing potion would have been great earlier when we were exploring the waters of that dungeon. Skeever tail, Mighty Soul Gem. Okay. Let's keep going.
I don't think I like where this is going.
Extreme healing. Oh, shit. So, hang on. Whatever. I can take the hit. Stop equipping beast form, I swear to God. Eric does not seem to be enjoying those traps. So what is down here, I wonder? Presumably... Like, presumably I can get back up. So let's just do a little bit of explore. Oh, Eric is up there fighting more Draugr. Is this the final area? I heard a sound. I don't think this is the final area. I could be wrong though. Light. Alrighty. So, burial urns.
Don't get too far ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. This would be a great place to just kind of settle down. It's nice and cozy and protected from the elements. So, while I'm clearing the dungeon, let's talk about something. Let's give a Haru Life update. So, most people that are seeing me on Twitter or are in any Discords for me, which I know you are, Sabrina, will know that I've been in the process of trying to acquire HRT. Like, previously, I just kind of resigned myself to accept the fact that I will not be able to acquire it legitimately until I go back home to the US, because the gender clinics that I have found here, number one, I'm very, uncertain with whether or not they'll even speak English at all. And number two, in order to, treat you, they do need to get a diagnosis and diagnose you with a gender identity disorder. Which, it said the process can take 3 months to a year. And that sounds like an annoyingly long time to wait, especially if you're not even positive that you'll even get the diagnosis. Because, yeah. And that is, of course, assuming that the resources that they have to get you that diagnosis can speak English. So I've been avoiding doing it that way, even though I probably should do it that way. And what I've been looking into instead is DIY, which I know is I know it's not the most ideal system because you aren't working with a trained professional who knows what they're doing about hormones, and you're just kind of winging it. But it's better than nothing, and I want to get these hormones. So I've been working slowly through trying to get that. It has been a very painful process to do so. So I gave up on trying to find a blood test because all the blood tests I could find only ship from and to the US, they're only domestic US blood tests. So I kind of gave up on that. I also gave up on I gave up on trying to get a blood test. And also come back here, you fuck. And so then I was just like, okay, what are the different kinds of HRT I should get and look into getting, and where can I get them from? One of the places that is most heavily recommended, unfortunately, only trades in crypto. They only accept Bitcoin. That is the only currency you can buy HRT from them. The website I'm talking about, by the way, is Otokonoko, which is based in Brazil. Now, I don't want to trade crypto. Even if it means an easy way for me to acquire HRT, I want to find another way if I can. And so, I started searching on the HRT Cafe website, which basically tells you, a bunch of different websites that you can go to acquire different types of HRT and where they ship to and how much they cost and all that sorts of good stuff. So I found a website, and this one I'm particularly interested in because they not only do they sell it, not only do they ship internationally, but they also don't exclusively trade crypto. And this one's based in Thailand. And I don't know, for some reason, I just kind of revere Thailand as a great place for trans healthcare, because that's also, I believe, the country that a lot of trans people go to for the various surgeries, like top and bottom surgery, because, like, I hear it's just, like, one of the best places in the world to do it.
Wonder if any of my
So yeah, I kind of want to work with this Thailand place. They also have a deal where if you buy a certain number of like, basically if you buy several boxes of estrogen, they give you like one for free. Which seems like a great deal, especially since this is just going to be my life now when I start taking it, so I might as well just acquire all that I can for the best deal that I can. Oh, it's spiders now. So yeah, this is the place that I want to trade. So how do I acquire it? Well, they need a bank transfer. The bank transfer has been the biggest pain in my ass all week. Like, so first of all, there's several websites that do handle bank transfers. You know, several different services that do it. And luckily, the website that I am ordering through tells me what are the different websites. Eric, where the fuck are you? Okay, here. Okay, you're still here. Good. The websites tell you. Yeah, well, yeah, the website I ordered from tells you what are the different ways you can do a bank transfer and how do you do it, and like, yeah, all sorts of stuff like that, and what are the different ways that they accept. None of the third-party services that I went through I can currently use, because the problem is so every single one of them requires a phone number to verify. And if you use a Japanese phone number, they automatically designate you as being a resident in Japan, and if you are a resident in Japan, you can only do transfers of Japanese yen. Regardless of if I happen to also have a bank account in the US that uses US dollars, I can't use those dollars because I affirm that my residence is in fact in Japan. So why would I even use US dollars? And you might be wondering, well, why don't you just use the Japanese yen? Because you do definitely have that since you're living there. The problem with that is, I believe in order to transfer any money internationally that's Japanese yen, I need to have a My Number card, which is a special type of ID card that you can acquire if you're a resident in Japan. And, well, I kind of put off acquiring that because it required a photo ID, and at the time not photo ID, it requires like a photo, like a passport type photo, and at the time I didn't have one. And I didn't really know where to get one, and so I was just like, I probably don't need this card anyway, I'll be fine without it, right? Well, yeah, the problem is it's not easy. I can't transfer any funds internationally without that card, and the card apparently takes a while to get here. I have to wait like a full month. So I can't trade Japanese yen. I cannot use American dollars because I am not currently a resident in Japan. I'm not currently a resident in the US, and the phone number I use happens to be an American number, happens to be a Japanese number, which will lock me into saying that I live in Japan. So there's literally nothing I can do on any of those third-party websites in order to sign up for them to do international bank transfers. I did, however, find, maybe I'm overthinking this, because I know for a fact there are ways for me to just use my regular bank, just directly through my bank. I can set up a wire transfer, right? So that's probably the option I should be looking at. Well, that's also been a struggle because, again, my bank requires me to have a phone number to verify. And again, the phone number that I have access to is not the one that they have on file. The number that they have on file is my American number, which I don't currently have the SIM card in my phone for because, well, it's a domestic US number and I don't want to pay so much money just to have an international line. So I was able to add my Japanese number, but because it's international, they cannot text it. They can only call it, except they can't call it. I told them to call it, and they couldn't. And I tried calling them, and it wouldn't go through. Like SoftBank, my provider, basically, I don't know what they said because it was all in Japanese, but they were saying something, SoftBank, something. The number can't go through. So, I can't make international calls with this. I cannot contact my bank. They cannot contact me. Luckily, I did find a loophole. There are a few apps you can use in order to make phone calls that are international using a generated phone number through an app. Like if you have a phone app that can make calls over Wi-Fi, you should be fine. So I did acquire said app. I found an app that, gives me a number. It's actually a free app. It's pretty great. It does use ads. And it also can do texting. The downside is you cannot look at the text messages unless you pay money in the app. I did decide to do that though, because it's not all that much money. It's what? I think it was $4 a month to have this phone number not get reset, because I think the way it works is it gives you a phone number, but if you want to keep that number long term, otherwise it will reset the phone number and you'll have to tell everyone what your number is. If you don't want to have to worry about the reset, then you pay $4.99 a month, I think. It's very affordable. It might not even be that. I think it was $3.99. So I went with the app, and would you believe my bank is actually able to... I'm actually able to contact my bank now. So I contacted them for what they need in order to... Oh, hang on, this is gonna be Dragon Priest, isn't it? I believe. Yes. So I was able to get in contact with my bank and tell them, hey, let me do a bank transfer. And I can do that online just fine. The problem is, the Dragon Priests like to be bugged in that they will not actually attack you. So this is gonna be an easy one. So yeah, prices are 20% better, carry capacity increase, and can breathe underwater. That is a really nice one to have. Also, what was the shout I got? I lost track. Was it Animal Allegiance, Elemental Fury, Kind's Peace? Or was it one of these? It must have been Whirlwind Sprint. Sure, I'll unlock that. Why not? So yeah, I can sort out the transfer online or through the mobile app. Either one is fine. So I'm trying to do that. And I think I made like a small mistake in when I was setting up the recipient for the transfer, but it should be an easy thing to correct. However, that's something that I was able to do on Friday, and it is now Sunday. I know it's the weekend, so I know, like, maybe, like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I don't know if the bank is supposed to be handling the confirmation, or if it's the recipient that's supposed to handle the confirmation. But either way, I still can't send money to them because the recipient hasn't been confirmed yet. So it's just sitting there with a pending symbol on it. Like, I placed this order on Wednesday, I think. I want to say it was Wednesday. Also, annoyingly, I don't think this dungeon has a Skyrim exit besides just, like, fast traveling when you're out there, and I don't like those kinds of Skyrim exits because it messes with the quest markers. But yeah, it has just been a massive pain in my ass. Like, I placed the order on Wednesday, I've been struggling to try and find a way to do the bank transfer. I finally figured out how to do the bank transfer on, like, Friday, I believe. Or was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday. No, it was definitely yesterday. So I set that up so it would work yesterday, but now it's still just pending. It's been like 24 hours and it's still pending. And like, I don't know how long to expect the process to wait, but I just want my HRT now, man. I don't want to have to keep waiting and having to jump through all this bureaucracy just so that I can get my drugs. It's a huge pain in the fucking ass. But it's fine. It's fine. It's actually not fine. It has actually caused me a lot of stress. But on the plus side, I am now significantly closer to getting it than I was at the start of the week. So there's that, I suppose. But still, it doesn't feel great. It has been a massive stressor, and I have so little trust in this system that I will not be able to relax until it is literally in my hands. Like, until I am physically holding it, I will not believe that it is mine. But first we have to worry about the process of actually being able to send them the money. I have the money in my bank, I just can't. Because it's just a whole bunch of bullshit. Whole bunch of bureaucratic bullshit just to acquire drugs. They're not even like narcotics. It's just literally just hormones that every person needs to survive. It's so stressful. So my hope is, best case scenario, is that thing quickly gets approved. I finally can send the bank transfer, and then they ship my drugs to me, and then I can start HRT within a few weeks. That's best case scenario. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, it'll be fine. Like I said, like, I'm much closer now than I was before. That's true. And I guess mostly why it's so stressful for me is the fact that, like, because really what I have to do is I just have to be patient, you know? Like, I cannot rush the things that I don't have control over. Like, if I was in control... By the way, you see what I mean about this place just being a beautiful, like, safe haven that's just kind of well out of the way that not many people ever go to? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's mostly stressful because before I had entirely resigned myself as to not being able to acquire this at all, or at least having to wait a long time before I'd be able to. But now that it feels like I can actually do something about it, now it's extra stressful because it's like I want it now. I don't want to have to wait several weeks to get it. I want to expedite it so it can get here like tomorrow. I have the money to spend on it. I want to be able to spend the money on it. Like, the whole process is just a huge pain in the ass, and it really feels as though the entire universe is transphobic and just, like, wants to stop me from acquiring my HRT. That's what's going on here, is just, like, divine process of stopping me. But whatever. We've made it to Pine Moon Cave. Now, I'm gonna drop a quick save here and use the bathroom, and then I'll be back. So, wait right here. I will also run an ad while I am gone. Alright, I'll be RB. Alright, I am back. Now. Also, I just want to check something real quick. While I'm tabbed out of the game, I just want to check. Google Eric the Slayer. Because I want to... Because, like I said, I feel like his class is actually light armor in spite of the fact that he spawns with heavy armor. So, let's see, dialogue, conversations, stats. Okay, so he's a barbarian. So his strengths are two-handed and light armor. So, yeah, he spawns. He can also be a good archer. Yeah, so two-handed and light armor are his primary stats. He makes a fairly good archer. He can use one-handed and shield as well. But, yeah, so, yeah, let's look at his stats. So the best stat seems to be two-handed and light armor, because those can both max out at 100. Meanwhile, archery maxes out at 73, block maxes at 78, one-handed maxes at 49, so that's not great. And yeah, his max level overall is level 40. So yeah, that's the thing that we have to think about for Eric when we're working with his character, is he likes light armor, and he likes two-handed weapons. So we're going to have to give his character the stuff that he can work with. Now, time to kill vampires. And use candlelight because I can't see. Come to think of it, so these vampires, could I eat their hearts? I can't remember if you are allowed to eat vampire hearts, because they are classified as undead. And I know you can't eat Draugr hearts. So yeah, I don't think you can feed on vampires. Yeah, time to get Eric best light armor possible. For now, that's probably just gonna be his elven armor that he's currently wearing. We are at the level where we should have access to glass. Oh, speaking of, I got a level up. I should use that. I think we're fine on health for now. I still want to keep magic moving up. So what do we have? So enchanting. Enchanting is still a ways away from us being able to do anything. Smithing is the main one. Okay, so we do have a perk in bank to use immediately as soon as we get to smithing level 80. If we wanted to get glassmithing, we would have to do 1, 2, 3 perks. Which isn't too many, but I still don't think I want to invest that many perks just so that we can get Eric better armor. What else can we do though? Heavy armor. We could get cushioned. I mean, we have the level for conditioning. And then block. Yeah, I can't really do much with block for now. And those are the only skill trees that we have invested in. What is going in the magic sense? So we've got... We could go for Adept Restoration. I don't think we really need recovery for this build. Magic is just kind of a support skill. It's not really a main central skill for us. So yeah, I'm considering Adept. If we went for Alteration... I mean, another perk of magic resistance wouldn't be terrible. And nothing really to do in enchanting. So yeah, it really is, do we want to try and get conditioning? Or not? I don't, it's a nice to have perk, but I don't think we really need it. It does have the benefit though, when you're wearing heavy armor, it has no weight, meaning it doesn't take up space in your inventory. So that's the great thing about conditioning, but, and we'll probably want that when we get Daedric armor, because Daedric armor really weighs a lot. But no, I'm gonna get some extra magic resistance. Because that is currently our weak spot. You saw when we were dealing with the... yeah, you saw when we were dealing with that
How deep is this?
vampire before, that we really struggle against magic users. No, hang on, this is the exit. We want to go towards deeper into the cave. Yeah, we really struggle against magic users because we can't block magic that effectively. We can use our shield, and the shield does have magic block.
Over here.
But that said, yeah, like, our armor doesn't block magic. So we're gonna want that. Anyway, as I was saying, and the reason I went to check the perks is that Eric, yeah, if we're gonna do armor for Eric, he needs heavy armor. He needs light armor, I mean. Right now, what he has to work with is elven armor, which isn't all that great. Like, it's fine. Elven armor is solid, basically from mid-game to, like, I would say even early late game, but by then you kind of want to be switching over to glass. So we'd like to get him glass armor. We can't craft glass armor, and I'm not really willing to invest the extra perks into doing so. So what I'm probably gonna do is just... I don't know if I'll bother buying any, but I certainly will. If I find any in chests or on corpses, I'll give it to him. And yeah, we also have to think about the two-handed weapon, because that's another thing he's good at. I think we could craft him a good two-handed weapon, though. Because we definitely have the smithing for that. Our current level of smithing is... Orcish or Dwarven, I can't remember. But yeah, we can get him a nice two-handed weapon. What do you think, chat? What should Eric's two-handed weapon be? Should it be a greatsword? Or a battle axe? Or a warhammer? Which one do you think we should give to Eric? Because... Battle axe? Alright, we'll do battle axe. Also, this is a new spell added with presumably the Anniversary Edition. Consumes all magicka and summons an undying ghost for 60 seconds. The ghost's attributes are equal to twice the amount of magicka consumed, up to 600. And we're getting a lot of good conjuration spells, even though we don't use conjuration. Which is a shame. Because I'd like to give these spells a try. So yeah, we'll give him a nice battle axe. And he's gonna crush some skulls. I'm also making a debate right now in my head about enchanting said battle axe because
It's kind of dark in here.
basically, yeah, the problem with the battle axe, or the problem with enchanting, I mean, is we need to check his weapon to make sure it's still fully charged every once in a while, because it will run out of charge the more he uses it. The good thing is two-handed weapons are slow, so he'll... like, the charges are probably going to last quite a while with him. So that's one benefit. The only real issue to think about is that, yeah, with the main thing is I'm not in an abundance of soul gems. I do have some. You know, I do collect them quite regularly. It's really just, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of them, and I'd really like to just use them for enchanting so that I can keep leveling up my enchanting skill. And I know that enchanting, like recharging weapons, also levels up enchanting, but I feel like it's just like, yeah, it's not as good as it could be. Anyway, we got Spriggans! Yay! Everyone loves Spriggans. That's the Spriggans dealt with, and there's probably, like, I don't know, a deer or something that they aggroed to me. That's just what Spriggans do. Alright. Yep, there we go, that's this area. Once upon a time, and I can't remember what character I was or who I was playing, but this exact location, I'm pretty sure it was this location anyway, one of my companions just kind of completely went missing, because I handled the Spriggans just fine, and, you know, they, like, I killed them all, nothing to worry about. But then, yeah, like, my follower had just, like, apparently died, because I hadn't seen them for a while. I fast traveled all over the place, and they weren't fast traveling with me. And then I asked someone if they wanted to be my follower, and they said, sure. Yeah, it is in fact here. Get back here. Can't use my shout because it's currently bugged. Yeah, like my follower just, I don't know what happened to them. I was just kind of watching them. Like I just kind of lost sight of them when we were in the area and during the encounter. They just dropped dead. I don't know what happened to them. Let's hope the same doesn't happen to Eric, because he seems to have disappeared as well. You better not disappear on me, buddy. You're carrying a lot of elven gear that I would really like to sell for lots of money.
disagrees with my choice.
Got some Imperials. And
It happened so fast. 1 minute the dragon was there, the next it was gone. Everything was destroyed.
have some money.
No, I was too afraid to look. I don't know what we're going to do now. We have nothing left. You're too kind. Thank you. Be careful and stay safe.
I could spare more, but the game literally won't let me, and also... Okay, there's Eric. He's fine.
I signed on because I couldn't watch the Stormcloaks tearing everything apart and not do something. But most of my family disagrees with my choice.
Yeah, and like this Civil War attacks familial bonds as well. And that was the exact same case for the American Civil War too. Like, families got torn apart by it. But yeah. Anyway. We're gonna get Eric some nice upgrades. And then we need to go back to Whiterun and tell the Greymane lady that her son is still alive. And yeah, we're pretty close to getting ebony smithing. We only need a handful more levels in that. Then I believe the plan is... So I know before I said the plan was we're gonna do the main quest, like the diplomatic immunity. And I think we probably still will do that. I think we're gonna do diplomatic immunity, but kind of very shortly afterwards, we're gonna switch over to yeah, after diplomatic immunity, we're gonna head to Winterhold because we're leveling up in a hurry, and I want to get the max benefit of the Ogma Infinium that I
Just
can.
feels right somehow. No problem. How can I help?
So you please give me. You can keep the ones that you're wearing. I'll take that staff from you as well. Yeah, just give me all but one of those, all but one of those, all but one of those. Actually, no, give me all of them because you're actually wearing better. Not really sure what to do with the ebony plate. Awesome. We'll also give him a better bow, because he can use bows. And yeah, also make sure we're wearing the best thing we've got, which is Amulet of Zenithar. And then who was that person that we just got the mask from? Volsun, there we go. Prices are 20% better, so we're about to get an excellent deal.
I welcome you, friend. Take a look.
So, give me... Well, let me give you... staff. And you're now immediately broke. Awesome. Can I somehow squeeze 50 more gold out of you? Okay, you can buy, like, a pair of boots, and a pair of gauntlets. Kaji has wares if you have coin. Hello, Beelzebub. Beelzeboobs? I can't remember, is that how you say your name? Beelzeboobs. Anyway, yeah, 9 more gold, not really worth it. Where's Carjo? Because we did collect his moon amulet. Yeah, where is he? He's currently in Dawnstar. Awesome. As for carry weight, Beelzeboobs. Interesting. Yeah, but I mean, I can see why they would, but yeah. We've got like a charm necklace. Perfect. Okay. So let's get inside. We're gonna do our selling before we do turning in the quest because the stores are about to close. So, we want to sell to as many people as we can, mostly the blacksmith though, because the blacksmith is going to get the most weight off of us. Alright, you know what, Nostra, you're standing right here, so here you go.
May the ground... Look at it. That's real Nord craftsmanship, that is. Let me show you an old trick I learned as a scout. Makes it harder for the enemy to notice you.
There we go, sneak.
It's best you leave me be.
Alright, time to hit up every single one of the shops.
Let me know if you see anything you like.
Where are you? I can't see you. Hello? Hello? Oh, here you are. Switch over to Zenithar.
Oh, clothes and raiment for the discerning customer.
And I don't even know what I have to sell you. I guess you can take that. And this. Probably one of these two. Alright, swap back over to the charm necklace. Alright, we've still got some time. I do want to use the enchanting table again. Yeah, so I guess the last little bit of this stream is just gonna be me doing like some housekeeping.
I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for.
So like, you know, I'm gonna craft some upgrades for Eric. I'm going to
I might have it stored away.
do some disenchanting and probably enchanting.
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Alright, so let's nah, because the blacksmith can take our weapons. I want to sell you. Mostly I want to sell you like stuff that I've already crafted and enchanted. So here, Bane's Fortress, I think I already... Okay, we know we can sell you these though. I believe. Hang on. I forget. Do we have the smithing already? I don't know. I would much rather hit up a proper, like... Yeah, I'd much rather prioritize the enchanting table first, just so I know what I already do or don't have. Okay, you can definitely take that. And I guess we'll just sell you some generic unenchanted stuff. Because I really don't want to risk selling something that could be disenchanting. This, however, you can definitely have. Can we squeeze out? Perfect.
Come back to bits and pieces anytime.
Almost done, almost done. Okay, we've got 35 minutes before shops close. I don't think we can make it all the way to the Blue Palace and back in time. Is there a single... Well, even if there was, I don't think time stops while you're enchanting. So, yeah, let's just talk to you.
Seems they're the finest weapons and armor.
Finest weapons and armor. Okay. Let me sell you just all these elven armors that I just kind of picked up on the road. Don't ask where I got them. Sell you some of these. Perfect. Good stuff. Just out of curiosity, what do you have to sell me? You do have ebony. He's got some leather. Yeah.
Return anytime you need arms or armor.
Okay, now I'm kind of hoping we can make it to the Blue Palace before shops close, because I also want to talk to the court wizard because she's also shop. Come on. I'd like to upgrade my stamina. Like, getting my stamina to 200 wouldn't be bad. And then kind of after that point, we can start just alternating between increasing health and increasing stamina every level. Then again, 200, well, how close am I to that? Aren't we at 160? We are. Okay, you.
If I needed something from you,
Actually,
you
hang
would know
on.
it.
First. Chanting table.
If General Tullius continues to conscript our men and send them off to battle, we'll have none left to protect the city.
Okay, nothing I can disenchant.
The general acted with my blessing. It is vital that we bring Ulfric to justice. But that cannot happen until his army of Stormcloaks is defeated utterly.
Be quick. I have little patience for mundane concerns.
Protect you, my yard.
Take care of yourself and always remember, the world
The
is
first
bright
line
with
is the
people
walls around the city and the men who patrol them. Men who, I might add, we are precious short on.
I'm aware of that, Bolgar, and I appreciate your dedication. However, if we lose the war, the Guardsmen of Solitude will make little difference in the end.
No disrespect toward the general, but sometimes I wonder if he's got your best interests at heart. In any case, he won't be turning me into no Imperial soldier. I know my place, and it's at your side.
It comforts me to know that, Bolgar.
Yeah, so again, we have issues where Elisif... Yeah, people don't fully trust her decision-making as a Jarl. She's dedicating too many resources to trying to win the war, which in the end means her own hold is less protected than it
I have so
should
very
be.
many ways to deal with people. Very few.
Right, let's
I had you figured
sell
for me.
to you
I think you'll
first.
appreciate this.
And Staff of Fear is so expensive, I don't even know if we'll be able to dump it on anyone. You can take this. And anything else we're selling you. That's perfect. There you go.
Stay guarded. You never know what could be out there.
Okay, now let's do just a little bit of enchanting for the sake of leveling up our enchanting skill. Okay, how many soul gems do we got? We've got 1 grand, 1 greater, and 1 lesser, so we can't really do too much enchanting, and I do want to keep the grand soul gem. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think I'll use the greater soul gem for enchanting Eric's things, so I'm only going to enchant 1 thing. So the question is, what do we enchant? Gold ring. Fortified carry weight. Lesser soul gem. Now... oh yeah, let's also talk to you and turn in the quest.
Be quick. I have little filthy creatures, aren't they? Living in the darkness like they do. So uncivilized. I prefer finery, like this. Here, for your trouble. And I suppose I should show you a little about illusion magic for free, shouldn't I?
Got a silver jeweled necklace, nice.
Take care of yourself, and always remember, the world is ripe with people looking to spill your blood.
Alright, now... Is there anything else we want to do in Solitude besides crafting? I don't think so. So let's fast travel back to Whiterun. Gonna talk to the Greymane lady, turn in that quest, and then it'll be time to upgrade Eric. Oh, perfect timing. Shops are nice and open, which also means I can do more selling. First, I'm gonna turn this quest in.
Please tell me you have news of my son.
He's safe.
Is he? You've saved him? I must see him at once.
I'm afraid he's not here. He didn't think it was safe to return.
What? After all this, I can't even see him? How do I know you're telling me the truth and not just what I want to hear?
He said to tell you to suffer the winter's cold night.
For it bears aloft next summer's seeds. That's my boy. So it's true then. For now it's enough to know that he's alive. I can find peace in that. Thank you, dear friend. You've given me back my son.
There we go.
I'd had Eorlund forge this for Thorald. It was to be a present for his return. I suppose he can't have it now. Why don't you take it? We can always make another for the day when this war ends and Thorald can come home.
Just a steel greatsword? Ooh.
Some may call
Alright,
this
time to
junk.
sell you stuff.
Me, I call them treasures.
You can't afford a single thing they have, lady. You can't even afford this gold necklace. I guess I'll give it to you.
You take care of yourself now.
Now...
Chops and steaks fit for a jarl. Come and see my selection of flavors.
Let's just do some selling for a bit. And then it'll be crafting time.
You're somewhat the finest weapons and armor.
Sell you. Alright, you can take that. And these. All of those. All of those. You can't afford a single one of those. I will sell you in that case. A few of those. And you have it. Okay. There you go. Also, let's go inside. Because I believe her husband also has a second inventory. Where is he? Hello? Hello? Yes, watch the shop.
Welcome. Take a look.
Okay, yes, he does have a second inventory, which is perfect for me. I can dump all this on you. There we go, perfect.
Good doing business with you.
Now, I guess we can hit up the keep. Oh right, we can't even really craft much for Eric because we don't have the ability to craft light armor. It's really just going to be us crafting him the weapon, and that's it. So, yeah, just do a bit of selling to Farengar. We're still gonna need to do lots of selling because our inventory is still heavy with a lot of elven gear. There's also that staff that I don't think I'll be able to sell to a single person.
Divine smile. Take a look.
Unless... Ooh, actually, never mind. I could trade the staff for some soul gems. Yeah. That's something to think about. His soul gems are a little bit on the pricey side. Yeah, you see that? How much is this staff gonna cost? 1,000. We can get like a grand soul gem. And I'll take a lesser. Here you go, take the staff. Perfect, that's a nice trade.
Should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
And now what that means is I can go ahead and enchant two things. I'm going to use the Greater Soul Gem, because Eric deserves it. So, let's go carry weight. And carry weight. Okay, now well, now it's a question of what weapon do we get him? So I would like also to get him new shield and stuff. Yeah, what weapon can we get him? It's gonna be a war axe. Not war axe, a battle axe. It's gonna be a battle axe. What's the highest level of crafting we can do? Is it Dwarven? Orcish. Okay, so Orcish war axe. Battle axe. Orcish battle axe.
What does the Empire do? Nothing. Nay, worse than nothing.
Orcish battle axe.
All crafted by the great Eorla, still warm from the oven.
I don't think I've talked to Belethor yet, have I? I can definitely sell him some stuff if I haven't already.
Everything's... Oh, a bit of this and a bit
Perfect.
of that.
Okay, Belethor. Belethor. Let me sell you. Yes, please take that. They're kinda just weighing me down. And then... yeah, take this. Get some of that. And I'll sell you... I need to get rid of the carved armor. Oh, right, we can also craft him a bow. Sure, take that.
Do come back.
So don't worry, Eric, we're gonna get you a nice bow, a nice battle axe, and... that's about it. I do need to drop back home to drop off the dragon bones he's carrying too. So... I guess let's just take a look. As far as Orcish goes, we can immediately craft an Orcish bow. So I think I'll do that, but I think we want to do this at home. Because I'm fairly certain we have some like Orichalcum back at Lakeview. I could be wrong. Hello.
Did you bring me anything?
Sure. Yes, I absolutely did.
What is it?
Fuck.
Oh, stop teasing me.
I find steading like this needs a good steward. I'd
No.
be happy to take on that position if you'd like.
No, thank you, Eric.
You lead, I'll follow.
I'll find a new steward. It just won't be you. Lucia, I didn't mean to be mean to you. I thought I could, like, just give you anything. I thought I could, like, give you a health potion. And be like, here, kid, don't drink it all in one place.
Need something? Bye, Mama.
I'm a horrible mother. Okay, well, let's get back to crafting. Also, I should check the smelter. I maybe have the ability to smelt some stuff. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Smelter. You see, I can craft corundum, but that I'm not so concerned about. This, however, will save a little bit of space in our inventory. Okay. Now, let me just see. Yeah, I don't really have anything there. Just want to see how much orichalcum I have in my chest here. And there's Miko! We really need to get a steward. I am not comfortable with having literally no one here to protect my daughter.
Don't get too far ahead.
Like, it's really just her and... Oh, well, we really don't have anything, do we? It's really just her and the dog. Is that the only chest I was using, really? Huh. Well, we may have to buy some more orichalcum. So... Let's just pop over to... I'm gonna pop over to Whiterun, because I know I had some stuff in that chest too. I think I moved it for the most part, but if I didn't move it, perfect. So, Breeze Helm. Very underfurnished. So in the main chest, oh yeah, I've got all sorts of stuff. I've got a few orichalcum. I don't think it'll be enough to do what I want. Oh, hang on, is that? Okay, that's heavy armor. Well, I can do this. Eric, give me your dragon bones.
No problem. How can I help?
And we will store those in here. I also don't think I need this amber or madness stuff. We'll come back for it a different time. So we don't need the hip bone anymore, or the butterfly. Okay, is that good? Are we all good? I think we're all... Except for the stream seemed to have a hiccup there. That's fine. Okay. Wait. Let me... I'm gonna wait for, I guess, 11 hours when the shops open up again. So yeah, we want the Warhammer, and the War Axe, the Battle Axe, and so Orcish Battle Axe, 2 leather strips. We can do that.
A few seconds for my suppers.
You're someone who... Take a look.
2 leather strips. Take that.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Okay, Orcish Battle Axe. And we can still craft the bow. Now, we are gonna need 2 more pieces of... 2 more pieces of orichalcum. Luckily, you do sell it.
Until next time.
Because we're gonna need the orichalcum in order to improve this. Okay, so swap over to the gauntlets and the ring. There it is. To improve this as best as we can. So, goes from 21 to 32. Awesome. And 11 to 22. Awesome. We really just doubled the damage there. And now we're gonna do some enchanting. We're gonna enchant it with not the best enchantment we can get it, but we'll give it something solid and hardy. Because again, like, I'm thinking about 100 uses should be fine, right? 100 uses per weapon. It does make me feel, though at this point, I do wish I had taken the elemental enchanting perks, but we don't really want to min-max our companion as much as we want to min-max ourselves, is the thing. If I have perks to spare, then absolutely I'll do that, but for the time being, I think the perks I just want to use on myself. So, yeah, Eric, and I'm not even gonna bother using an enchanting potion either. So, what is the best thing we can do with this? So, absorb health, absorb, we don't really care about those. Fear, fire, magicka, paralyze, shock. Okay, so the main ones to think about are shock, frost, and fire. Fire is going to do the most damage, and it's also the one that fewest enemies are resistant to. A lot of enemies in this game are resistant to frost. So I think we're going to go with fire. And hell, even if we max it out fire at 20, it's 176. 176. What if we went down to 15? If we sacrificed 5 points of damage per hit, that's still 242 charges. Yeah, we'll do that. Already up to 75. And now as for the bow, we'll give you the crown soldier as well. The bow, maybe also fire damage. Yeah, we'll do fire damage with the bow as well, I think. And yeah, it's kind of the same deal with the bow. Sure, we'll go down and craft. Now, Eric.
It just feels right somehow. No problem. How can I help?
I've got a few upgrades for you, buddy. Take this battle axe and this bow. I will be taking from you that sword and that hunting bow, because they're both kind of trash compared to what you need. Give me those boots. And that shield. And that. I'd like you to put those on, please. And yeah. Eric should be a lot better now.
Let's get going then.
Divines, take a look.
You still don't have any money.
You know, if you've got the
I don't think anyone has money.
you should join the Mages College in Winterhold.
Which is unfortunate. So, hang on. That crafting, okay, that crafting put our smithing up to 78. I'm wondering, is there anything I could do to just give myself 2 more levels in smithing right now? I mean, I could go to a trainer. But... Yeah, I could go to a trainer, or... I guess I could craft some jewelry, if I have any. Actually, Adrian,
Take a look.
because I know we leveled, we gave you a little bit of money. So here, take the glass sword.
Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need
Eric,
anything.
let's
First,
give
I
you
thought no problem.
some
How can I help?
arrows. Now, I can't remember if the companions in this game have, like, guaranteed infinite arrows if you just give them one, or if they just use them all up. So we're just gonna test this, give you one glass arrow,
You lead, I'll
and
follow.
best case scenario is that you'll be infinitely generating them. Why are you wearing those? Take those off, put the...
This new armor. No problem. How can I help?
This new armor fits like a glove. I cannot take those off of you.
Let's get going then.
I want you to please wear the elven gear. Okay. It's fine, I guess. How are we on carry weight? Right, jewelry. Jewelry. Okay, I've got some silver. I've got one piece of silver. Let's make it count. That didn't get me quite as much experience as I wanted to, but it's fine. Well, I think that's a good place to call it. We made a lot of progress doing quests up around here. We got Eric a nice upgrade, we got ourselves a few more levels in a few of our crafting skills, and yeah, I don't know, is there anything else that I really want to do? I mean, I guess I want to fast travel back to Solitude so that we can make the walk to Dead Man's Respite next episode. And I don't know, maybe the shops there have replenished their money so I can actually sell them some stuff too. But yeah, we accomplished a lot of stuff. Okay, so now the plans for streaming are basically same deal as always. Tomorrow I will be putting out a schedule. And on... Holy shit! The entire town was just in that tavern. Wow. Yeah,
Don't get too far ahead.
so...
I'm a little busy at the moment. I've got all sorts of errands to run.
Yeah, I'll be putting out a schedule, which I'll pin on my profile on Twitter, as always. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do on Wednesday's stream. I might do some magic, because this week we built a Gates deck, but we didn't really have time to play it because we kind of took the entire stream time just building it.
I've got weapons forgiven.
So maybe we'll do the Gates deck. And honestly, I have no idea how well it'll play. It'll probably be terrible, I'm guessing. But then...
Seems there's no end to the need looking to protect yourself or deal some damage.
Okay, so you have replenished your stock, which is great. Hang on. Was I keeping this for myself? I might have been keeping it for myself. But even if that's the case, I would rather craft ebony plate. Which I should be able to do. I'll hang on to those for now. You can take the shield, though. And these helmets, and these shields. And I have any weapon? Yeah, I've got the hunting bow. Sure, I think that's fine for now.
Return anytime you need arms or armor.
Yeah, then basically... Yeah, so maybe I'll do magic on Wednesday.
Take a good
Maybe
look
I'll do
around.
something else.
I'm sure you'll find what you're looking for. If not, let me know.
Of course, there's the potential likelihood of Haru and Chill streams, as those are kind of just a thing. Why did I sell? I should have given that to... Oh, I'm so dumb. I should have given Eric the... Never mind, because he doesn't even have a one-handed weapon. Never mind. We're fine. I'm making a tiny bit of... Actually, no, I'll sell you the ring. There we go.
Come back to bits and pieces anytime.
Yeah, so maybe I'll do... stream... like Haru and Chill stuff. Who knows? Because this week I'm going back to work, like, for the full week. And school will be starting up again soon. I don't know how soon, but, like, the students are kind of back now.
Oh, take a look.
So I don't know when I'll start having to teach classes, but that does mean I'll have to be preparing for them. So that'll be fun, which means I'm probably going to potentially not be having the energy to stream, but we'll see.
Finally.
We'll see how it goes. Main point is, yeah. Also, Eric, come out in the light so we can see you in your full gear again. There you are. And, oh yeah, he's using his orcish battle axe. Awesome. Also, where's Carjo? All the way over in Riften, man. Yeah, so... that's it. As for my links, if you want to know how you can support me, here's my card, which has all my links attached to it. It has, you know, my throne if you want to buy me, like, a little gift. It has my... or if you want to suggest something, you know, you can do that too. It also has, you know, all the different stuff. You know, you can sell... not sell... you can leave a tip for Stream Elements. You can sub to me on Twitch. All these different ways you can support me. And then, yeah, what else? Yeah, so lots of different things. I'm going to be going, yeah, I'll be going to I'm just losing my train of thought. I'm sorry. Yeah. So, whatever. Those are my links. You can support me in the usual ways. And we're going to raid Iowa, who is a dear friend. She's actually been very pleasant and helpful to me in my current time of just really struggling and needing all the support I can get, and she's been very supportive and helpful and friendly. So we're gonna raid Iowa, and here in chat is our raid message, Haru Hugs, which you can copy and paste, and you can have access to the heart emote if you sub to me. So there you go. That is all the stuff. It was a little scuffed there at the end, because I am easily distracted. But, yeah, we're going to send our love to Iowa. Thank you all so much for coming out. Bye-bye.